You can get more Pete Cohen. I don't think you can ever get enough Pete Cohen and ever get enough My 365, because My 365 is here for one reason and one reason only. It's here to help you create an unbelievable life. And I don't know how many of you watched our broadcast last night with 3 of our male members. It was so inspiring to hear about other people's success. You know, people love stories, right? Today, we're going to be looking at how to get momentum every single day, how to create consistency. I'm staying at my parents' house at the moment. My mum was listening to the radio that she does pretty much every morning. She listens to LBC. And she was telling me about the rumors going around about the woman that Prince Harry is marrying, and basically just a whole lot of gossip that her brothers are something and her dad's a something and a something. People love gossip. It's fascinating to me. But what about if we all gossiped about how great we were becoming, and gossiped about, oh, did you hear that story last night of that guy who had that happen to him in his life and how he turned his life around? Oh, I wonder if I could do that. Just imagine how absolutely awesome and amazing that would actually be if we all started gossiping. So you might want to write that down. Let's start gossiping about what is great about our life. Let's start a revolution. And also tonight, we have another broadcast tonight. We're going to be speaking to 3 more My 365 elite members who really have turned their life around, and they will be sharing some inspiration and some wisdom with all of you, you know, because we believe that the time is not now, it's right now. So this week, what have you learned this week? Is there anything that has really stood out to you? I'm going to have to put my phone down. I can't hold my phone. I've normally got a stand to put this phone on. So yes, I don't know what you guys have learned this week, but I'm always learning. I am learning, and I want to tell you about a word that I learned today. It's called Sintra P. Has anyone ever heard of that word? Sintra P. I didn't hear of it until today, but this is where, when we look at momentum and we look at consistency, how many of you would like momentum and consistency? Because the easiest thing to do, the hardest thing to do in most cases is just to get started. Just get started in anything. To get started writing, to get started going to the gym, to get started cooking, to get out of bed, which is the ultimate getting started, how you start every day. It's the hardest thing to do. What's the easiest thing to do? Give up. How many times in your life have you started something and given up on it? How many times? Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 10 times? Does this make sense? So the word Sintra P, from my learning this morning, it means that through our life cycle, all of the trillions of cells in our body are driven to express the highest version of themselves, right? So every cell in life is driven to be the best that it can be. Even a cancerous cell is driven to be the best that it can be. That's what all energy does around us. And all the cells that exist, it is driven to live life to its fullest capacity, right? And that's what we are here to do. I believe we are firmly here to do that. But we have that choice, whether we move forwards or backwards. And this is what I want all of you to think about. Momentum comes from a desire to continue to move forwards. Does this make sense to everyone? Is everyone hearing this message loud and clear? Because what we've been looking at this week is, on day 1, we looked at how to turn your resolution into a revolution. How many of you right now are on a revolution? How many of you? I'm on a revolution to revolutionize myself, to bring the best me to the party. How many of you now realize that hell would be coming to the end of your life and meeting that person that you know that you were capable of becoming? You know, that father, that mother, that business person, that friend, meeting that person, you could have become that. You could have become me. But you have that opportunity today. And no one's saying it's easy, but it's definitely where our growth comes, right? So every day, I want all of you, I challenge you to think forwards to whether you're moving in the direction that you want to go, whether you are plus oneing your life or you are minusing your life. So I'm being honest with you. I didn't sleep very well at all last night. I'm staying on a blow-up bed, which is right here. and I hardly slept at all. But that didn't stop me, and sleep is essential, right? Just try not sleeping and see what happens. But that still doesn't stop me from plus oneing my life and getting up in the morning and starting to write, to journal every day. This is what I do. I'm not telling you should do it, but if you look at success and you've studied success, you realize a huge amount of people who are successful take the time every day to journal. That's just what they do, right? So I'm plus oneing. I didn't feel like meditating. I didn't feel like doing some exercises that I do on my very flat feet. I didn't feel like doing my yoga, but I did it. And do you know how much better I feel because I did it? Because I'm plus oneing my life. So write this down, W-I-N, W-I-N. What does that stand for? Win. How many of you want to win? So who's the greatest winner in life? Not the greatest whiner. You know, you can meet whiners all the time who just whine about what's wrong and what's missing. You're a winner. You showed up here today. You're here, and I appreciate you for being here. But I'm obsessed with helping people like you achieve whatever it is that you want in your life, whatever it is, and working that out, and then working together with a group of like-minded people and getting stronger, learning mentally and physically what you need to learn to be the very best that you can be. And that's what my 365 Elite is about. Specific information that is targeted to help people be better mentally, physically, emotionally, and anything else that you're looking for, your soul, your spirit, everything. So you can look back one day and say, you know, I developed myself. If you want to have a great garden, you don't just leave the garden to do its own thing unless you want a garden just full of weeds. You have to go to work on that garden, and you will bear the fruits of what you've done. And this is what we're gardening. We're internally gardening our brains and our bodies and our mind as we are evolving. So one of the greatest athletes that has ever, well, the greatest athlete is Michael Phelps. 26 gold medals, 26 medals, or 28 medals, 23 were gold, something like that. Pretty phenomenal. The guy didn't have a day off in 5 years. Well, actually he did, because there were 2 days where he couldn't do anything because his wisdom teeth were taken out, and another day he couldn't train because he was snowed in. So 3 days out of 5 years. Why? He had a big goal to be the very, very best he could possibly be. And this is what the acronym of WIN. Win. What's important now? What's important now? Think about it every single day. What's important now? Many of you have heard of a very famous book. It's called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Dr. Stephen Covey. But he didn't actually come up with that idea. This was something that it was a guy called Peter Drucker who came up with this idea. Put first things first, and second things, ignore them. Because this is what so many of us do, is when we're doing one thing, we don't do it particularly well. We're thinking about the second thing. And he's saying, put first things first and put second things, ignore second things, and go to work on doing what you need to do. So what I'm going to ask you is this. What in your life right now is wildly important to you? Let's all just share this. I ask you, you can tell me on Instagram as well if you like. Right now, tell us what's wildly important to you. So since joining my 365, I've worked on my garden. And now I have some decking. Fantastic. It's amazing what you can do when you put your mind to it. So everyone, just share with us what in your life right now is wildly important to you. And when we think about, this is what I want all of you to think about, because momentum comes from, okay, if this is wildly important to me, we have to come back to today and work out, okay, what do I need to do today? Probably every single day. So my mum, who's actually in the house, is saying her health. Carolyn is saying getting slimmer. So all these things that are really important to you. Sarah Jane says keep healthy and happy every single day. So building a business which releases the greatness in others. Well, you're doing an amazing job of doing that, I can tell you. Colin is saying providing. Lots of people are saying so many different things. Really, really awesome. But what I want all of you to think about is what happens. Optimal health. What happens when we say these things, right? So just imagine if you told someone, look, I want optimal health, or you tell someone I'm doing this. This is what's wildly important to me. I dare all of you today, ask 10 people, what's wildly important to you and see what people have to say. Because you'll probably hear some interference that isn't in line with what you're thinking, because we often want approval. But you know what? We also want internal approval ourselves. But what happens? This little duck, those of you on Instagram, those of you on Facebook, that little duck inside our head, the voice in our head, yes, we're all talking to ourselves right now. Most of you aren't even listening to me, but that's okay. You know, you're talking to yourself, and they say the first sign of madness is Suggs appearing on stage at a Madness concert, or it's talking to yourself, or it's hairs on the palm of your hands. Whatever it is, there's interference, and it's the voice in your head that will often immediately say, well, you can't do that. And the reason we tell ourselves we can't do things is maybe that voice is telling us that we can't do things. So we could tell that voice, let me show you what I can do. Can you not see that all of you, now it's time more than ever to show the world what you can do, to really bring to life this word Sintra P, which I probably even said incorrectly, where you decide to express the highest version of yourself. You decide, and it's all of the micro wins. It's all of the little things that you can do every day. So take some time today to work out, what are all the little things that if I do? See, genius isn't some big thing. A genius really is someone who's created something. You know, we can be a genius in worry and fear and doubt and anxiety. We can be a genius in all of those things. But we can also be genius in little wins, plus oneing our life every single day, moving forwards confidently in the direction that we want to go. And this is where I challenge every single one of you to do, because consistency is where it is all about. So Michael Phelps, 28 medals, 23 gold, the most decorated, the most successful athlete in Olympic history. And this was his acronym, WIN. What's important now? My niece has joined us, Riva, who is one of the most inspirational human beings in the world. Riva, absolutely think you're amazing. And this is someone who inspires me. And this is part of why I do what I do every day, because I want to inspire the next generation. I think Riva's 15 years old now. And she fires me up. She inspires me. She doesn't even know that she makes me want to be a better person, because I want to take everything that my parents gave me and I want to give that to other people. What do you want to give the world? Because let's be honest, how many of you really want to give the world the best of you? How many of you want to give the world your greatest gifts, whatever they are? Whether it's singing, dancing, acting, whether it's farting, I don't know, whatever it is. What do you want to give the world? I'm the world's best farter. Listen to this. Way! Someone's going to laugh. Someone's going to like it. What do you want to give the world? That's the greatest gift. We talk about changing the world. We need to change the world. Donald Trump's in power. Okay, but what are you going to do about it? You think about the amount of time people spend talking about it. Okay, what does that do about it? Let's do something. Let's use our energy. Sintra P. Every cell of your body wants to express itself to the highest value and version that it possibly can. Farting and singing. Good. Well, maybe farting and singing together. I mean, who knows? If you are serious about creating a life of meaning, of purpose, of value, of there are things that you need to learn, right? None of this is none of it's complicated, but there's probably no better teacher on earth that can teach you those things than me. If you want to find that teacher somewhere else, great, go and find them. But I believe I'm the person that can teach you personal leadership. I can teach you wellness. I can teach you mindfulness with our master classes. So look, what's your biggest learning from what I've just said? What is it that you're going to take away? What's that duck in your head telling you? Because you have control over what you think. You have control over what you do. For me, the biggest learning of today is Sintra P, the fact that every cell in your body wants to express itself. And also this Michael Phelps, the greatest athlete that's probably ever lived, he won. He was a winner, W-I-N. What's important now? We need to put first things first. If you do this over time, you will gain more momentum, more consistency than you ever possibly thought that you could do. So Instagrammers, you're not going to be able to see this, but you can always come and see the live broadcast. I want to show people what we're giving people the opportunity to do. So in fact, I'll just show you guys on here. Not that you're going to be able to see it, but what my 365 is going to give you the opportunity to do is start to learn and immerse yourself in a series of masterclasses. So on Monday, we're going to delve into our masterclass called The Best Year Yet, which I can also show you here if you want. So we're going to spend 3 weeks immersing ourselves in this content, Best Year Yet. And what is so unique about this coaching experience is you're not only going to be learning like a librarian, you're actually going to be bringing these elements to life. And you have the opportunity with all of this to graduate. I need to bring that into the broadcast. With every masterclass, you can graduate, and you could actually go through the whole process and do our 10 masterclasses and graduate in all of them. And then we're going to open up another area to some of you that want to continuously evolve. But some of you might not need that anymore. You might be, hey, coach, I don't need you anymore. I've got what I'm needed. My business is soaring, which many of our members have. My confidence is like where it's never been before. My relationships have improved. I have my dream job. And if you've been watching our broadcasts all this week, you would have heard that. You're going to hear more of that tonight at 7:30 on Facebook Live and tomorrow night. So tomorrow, let's bring everything together. Tomorrow, I'm going to show you how to create 365 days of magic. And we'll go back to just working with our elite members. Every Monday, we will do a free live broadcast. But then after that, it's just for elite. Take advantage of becoming an elite member. And those of you that are elite, perhaps you could just give a few words of encouragement as to why you think people should join elite or what the whole experience has done for you. If anyone's got any questions, I'll take those questions. Today, we're teaching My 365 to a whole load of personal trainers in how to use the philosophy and the principles and the tools and the techniques that we have created in helping personal trainers with their clients. That's what I started as a personal trainer in 1989, thanks to Colin Deans, who's watching this, who employed me, who gave me my break. I want to give all of you a big break in your life by just giving you what you need. And I personally believe this is the best investment that you'll ever make. Everyone needs a coach. My coach made me a lot of money with a few big decisions. He helped me in every aspect of my life, I believe. He saved my wife's life as well with his information. So anyway, thank you so much for showing up this morning. What's your biggest takeaway from today? Share that with a few people. Share with people what's wildly important to you, and see what people have to say. Be the best. Thank you very much. That's really kind of you, Verity, for saying that. I've lost that quote now. It's gone. So share it. If you haven't shared this broadcast this morning, let's get it out there. Let's change the world one person at a time. I really do appreciate everyone's comments here, because this isn't about me. It really isn't about me. I might be the central focus of it, but it is all about you. And I believe this is as I've said many times, this is the best coaching opportunity that exists in the world today. Apart from maybe working with someone one-to-one, but if you want to work with me one-to-one, that's not straightforward. Massive waiting list, and I only see a few people. This is what I'm more interested in right now, is helping as many people as we possibly can achieve the life they want. So thank you for all of these comments. We really appreciate it. Does anyone have any questions? Thank you to all of our friends on Instagram, especially a massive shout out to one of my favorite people in the whole world, which is my niece. Have a great day. Maybe my other nieces will watch one day. Maybe they're watching now. Maybe my brother's watching. Who knows? Have a great day. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Let's do a 1-minute summary on here. Goodbye, Instagram. 1-minute summary. Here we go. Are you ready? Look at that. Here we go. So this has been day 4, and there's a duck. There's you. There's me. And what we've been looking at today is there's an acronym of the word WIN that was developed by Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps, 23 gold medals, 28 medals in total. And one of the things that he said is WIN. What's important now? In life, there's a word called Sintra P, which is all about how every cell of your body is basically designed to express the highest version of itself. Human beings, we have a choice, I think, to a great extent about whether that happens or not. And I'm calling upon you to to do that. I'm calling upon you to say, you know what? I want to give the world the best of me. And I don't want to do that now. I want to do that right now. Have a great day. Tomorrow we'll put all of this together and help you create a life more of meaning, purpose, value. So you show the world one day who you were, who you became. I believe in you. Have a great day. See you guys. Thank you for being here. Win, 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 win. It's the way to get momentum. It's the way to get consistency.